It's an instant start. Maverick wants to be in the video. That little bird up there is chirping away like crazy. And overall, it works pretty good. Hello everybody and welcome to a product review. In today's review we're going to be looking at the Sunjo 15 amp chipper shredder. I picked this up about 3 years ago now from Amazon for about 120 bucks. So before we get started, go ahead and click that like button and subscribe for future content. We really do appreciate it. So like I mentioned, I picked this up about 3 years ago. This is the CJ602E in gray. You can also get this in fluorescent green and red. It's electric powered, plugs directly in, and what I like about this is this weighs next to nothing, so you can maneuver it around. As you can see, I have this loaded in the back of my cart here for my John Deere, which I can use to kind of tow and dump whatever I shred wherever I want to put it. So it's pretty convenient. Obviously this is not something heavy duty that's comparable to something a tree service would use, so just keep that in mind. And I find as long as you go kind of slow and steady, it works pretty good. It can handle about 1.5 inches, sometimes a little bit more. Basically, if it fits in here, that's about the most, though obviously you don't want to push it too hard. And as always with anything like this, you want to use safety, so make sure you use some safety glasses, as well as just being cautious as you go through. And again, the trick to this is slow and steady. The way this disassembles, there's a red knob here which you can pull, and if you do this, this will allow you to open this up to access anything that gets obstructed. Obviously you can see it's pretty portable. It weighs next to nothing. And we're going to do some chipping. Some of the trees I took down with my chainsaw, which I reviewed in a previous video. So all right, let's go ahead and see this thing in action. So you may be asking yourself, wouldn't it be easier just to toss and burn these branches? And the answer is yes. The advantage of doing this is actually twofold. It's obviously better for the environment, and you can actually use these chippings as mulch or compost throughout your property. With what I have here, I'll probably get about 20 cubic feet. And I gotta admit, it's kind of fun actually kind of going through here. And I'm actually surprised how big of the branches I can put through here. And again, as long as you go slow and steady, it works pretty good. In fact, I probably push through here more than I actually should, and I'm kind of pushing it to its edge, which you'll see in a bit. I'm going to put in some pieces that are probably just a bit too big, and at that point, you know, you kind of get a rhythm and flow as you go through it. So. Now obviously one of the downsides of a chipper like this is if you're going to overload it like I just tried to do, it's going to clog up. So how do you fix it? It's not that hard usually. First we're going to unscrew this red lever here. There we go. This will open us up here and we can see what the obstruction is. We can also see we got some debris coming up in here. Oh, and this gives you an idea of what it looks like inside. Basically, it's just a rotating blade. And we can see there's the obstruction right there. We just have to get that out of there. Once this freeze goes freely, you are good to go. So now we just go back. We can screw this back in here. And we are good to go again. So, I mean, you do run across that if you do try to overload it like I just did there. You're going to have to do this every now and then. But, you know, for what it is, I think it does a pretty good job. And overall, I have to say I'm pretty happy with it. I got one from, I think it was Greenworks, and actually 2 of those died on me. This Sunjoe has been surprisingly reliable. A lot more so than the Greenworks version. So, you know, if you're just looking for something that's going to get your garden stuff like this, I definitely recommend it. Obviously, if you're going to get something thicker like that, you're going to need more of a professional chipper. But at that point, you are, you know, at least probably $500 or more. So overall, definitely recommend it for yard cleanup. It can definitely give you something to work with. You can even spread this out if you wanted to, depending obviously what you're chopping up. And overall works pretty well. So anyway, I'd probably give it maybe a 1.5 thumb up. Maybe not 2, but pretty close to there. Hope you liked this video. If you did, please click like and subscribe, and we really do appreciate it. It helps out the channel. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. So we try to produce as much as we can. I'm a one-man show here for the most part, producing these, so do appreciate you watching these, and we hope to see you in a future video. Until then, as always, get out there and make your own great outdoor adventures. And as always, take care.